Hello everyone and welcome to Entertainment Tonight. My name's Rebecca, this is Jamie and this is Shannon, and today we will be discussing consumer behaviour. We've chosen to investigate why people watch horror movies or don't watch horror movies, see what their reactions are and who they watch horror movies with by doing interviews, surveys, questionnaires.
Movies are generally like 2 hours long and we didn't have that much time in our lives to just solely watch horror movies. So we've decided that we'll watch trailers because the main scary parts are generally in the trailers anyway, so we can get the same reactions just from the trailers as we would from watching the movies. Jamie, tell me again what the motivations were for this whole project.
We wanted to see if we actually like horror films, but we actually found out we did not. For example, Shannon liked romantic comedies and Rebecca loved a good action film. But one similarity was that we did not like horror films.
So Rebecca, what sort of experiences are we looking to explore while watching these trailers?
Well, Shannon, we have been watching some movie trailers and we've asked some of our friends to also watch some movies, film their reactions, and that is what you will now see in the next.
Every time I turn off the lights, there's this woman.
There isn't much that rattles either of us anymore. But this one still haunts me. Does it feel like the voice is coming from inside you?
More like it's coming from behind me. Like I'm being used.
Janet, are you all right?
Stop calling me Janet.
She's such a good girl. What's it wrong with her?
An oppressing spirit will try to force you to commit the ultimate sin.
And what's that?
Murder, suicide, or both.
You believe us, don't you?
Sensing a presence?
Not sensing anything.
What do you make of that voice?
You must be hungry.
Tim is a healthy adult who represents no danger to himself or anyone else, and I believe he should be discharged.
Hey, little brother.
I found it.
What do you mean?
We only have a few days
A few days for what?
to keep our promise and kill it.
My name is Kaylee Ann Russell. The purpose of today's experiment is to prove that the object behind me is responsible for at least 45 deaths in the 4 centuries of its recorded existence.
We got a new home, so we get new furniture.
It's a bit ostentatious.
So Jamie, how do consumers engage in the experience of watching horror movies?
Well, and from the past scene, we can see they all have different reactions. And we have gone the extra mile by doing a survey where over 100 people were asked about how they actually watch it. And the most common was watching it online, and 80% of that was with their friends or family, while the last 20 were just alone in the horror film cinema. Yeah.
So we have interviewed some of our volunteers.
Very much. I don't really enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't like horror movies like at all.
Yes.
Yes, I do enjoy horror movies. I spend a lot of time watching it.
Yes.
No, I do not enjoy any part of any types of horror movie. In fact, I hate horror movies.
I really love watching horror movies
Yeah, basically I enjoy it.
because I don't find the, anxiety.
Because I'm not really scared of it.
I watch a wide range, but the ones that affect me most is when it's a bit biblical, when there's Satan involved.
I don't really like the paranormal kind of thingy because I don't think it's scary. Because it's more to recorded stuff.
Paranormal or like psychological.
I don't like gore.
Oh, you don't like it at all?
Psychological. It's zero negative for me.
Well, for me, I think gore kind of movies are fine, quite fine, but they're disgusting.
Maybe all of it.
All?
Maybe all, but I prefer not to watch gore.
Yeah.
I don't like blood.
The nasty and stuff.
So, as we have now heard from some of our volunteers, how often do consumers engage in watching horror movies, Shannon?
Well, since 71% of people that answered our survey said that they watched horror movies just because they like them and they like the thrill, we've estimated that people, mainly students, would watch about 3 to 8 movies a month, depending on how much leisure time they have. Why do people decide to watch these sort of movies?
Well, Shannon, from our survey, 71% of people choose to watch horror movies because they enjoy it.
Oh, really?
Yes, and 26% of people feel peer pressure from friends or family, that's why they choose to watch them, whereas 3% of people choose to watch them because they feel sad or stressed. So the trend of horror movies has changed over time, starting with monster movies such as Frankenstein to slasher style such as Friday the 13th to footage format, which is sort of like a documentary style thing which is made out of CCTV footage and home videos, and has now moved to also paranormal type movies such as The Conjuring, which 78% of people in the surveys say they enjoy to watch.
And so now we'll hear from some volunteers and they're going to tell us how they like to engage with their horror movies.
It depends. If it's like a new movie, I'll probably watch it in the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like, if I want to rewatch it, I'll probably watch it online. Maybe in cinemas.
Since I don't really like horror movies, so I'm not willing to spend it on watching it cinema, so I'd rather online streaming.
Yeah, same. I don't think it's worth it.
Well, back in Malaysia, I'll probably be watching a lot of in the cinemas because I like the whole atmosphere of it, the whole intensity of a cinema.
It depends. If I'm really anticipating the movie, I'll go to the theaters, but usually I'll just watch it online.
Usually with girls. Usually with girls. You know,
friends, you mean? Friends.
No, mostly girls on dates basically.
Why?
On dates basically, because I'm not fazed by horror movies, so I tend to bring girls on dates, and then I'll just try to they'll be scared. I'll be the macho guy.
With my friends.
Most of the time.
Who also enjoy watching horror movies.
Oh, you don't like to go out with someone who's scared?
Maybe not, because when they scream, I also scream. I don't really go for trailers first because I think this trailer is kind of spoiler.
Yeah, I watch trailers first. So if like the trailers are really promising, so I go watch the movies at the theater.
I watch the trailers first always.
So Jamie, after hearing their responses, what do you think influences their behaviours?
Well, from our surveys, we have found that hype is a huge part of why people watch it. About 45% said that they only watch it because they've seen the hype. And we also found that trailers were a huge part as well as to why they would watch the films.
Well, I hope you've all learned something about how people consume horror movies and their experiences with them.
Thank you for watching Entertainment Tonight.
We hope to see you all here next week.
Alright, that's all from us. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.